Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Messilat Yesharim, Perek Bet, entitled Bebi'or Midat HaZhirut, regarding the trait of watchfulness. So I'm going to call the chapter of being a soul man. Ramchal writes that the person goes through this world 50, 60, 70, 80, 120 years, and he has to go ahead and think, what is crucial for myself, for my development? What are my goals? What's my essence? Where am I heading to? Where am I heading to? And he says a person doesn't do this, doesn't think about his life, doesn't look to protect his soul and see that that's his essence. He said he's worse than an animal. An animal has natural defense mechanisms where he protects himself. He'll avoid danger. You could see many dogs, cats will know not to run on the street. They somehow understand that that's dangerous for them. So an animal understands that, and a person will go ahead and do things that are harmful to one's soul. He says that's really a lower level than an animal. And he says a lot of people, many people, maybe the majority of mankind, don't think, what is my essence? How do I develop that essence? How do I avoid pitfalls? And he gives an example of a person walking right near a cliff, a high cliff, where he could fall off and die, and he's just not being careful. So that's regarding the physical part of his nature. And of course, Ramchal's focus is on the soul, the neshama. And he says it's a funny thing. Many people just go through life. They don't think about that. They'll think about how much money they need to make. They'll take their shots. If they feel they're strep, they'll go for a strep test. Take care of all the physical ailments and try to avoid that as best as possible and keep physically healthy, which is great. That should be done. The person should have a proper diet and exercise and all that. He says, but what about the concern for your spiritual level? He says a person needs to do that. And he writes that if a person does do that, then he, Yetz Hashem, should merit siyata d'shmaya, help from above. And he writes, Ramchal writes, that person that works and has help from above, then he has a chance for survival. Without the hashgacha, without divine providence, it's not too easy. I'm not sure if all the Rishonim, medieval philosophers, would agree exactly with that idea. That's a separate discussion about divine providence. But what's interesting is Bill, the founder of the 12-step program, Alcoholics Anonymous, he also, part of his 12 steps is to believe that there is a higher power. And that without that help from Hashem, without help from above, a person really cannot get out of his specific issue. Bill, of course, was talking about addictions. But here we're not talking about an addiction. We're talking about just a person who has challenges. He has different parts of his nature, and for him to work through, understand himself, look into himself, set up clear guidelines, clear goals, spiritual goals, realistic goals. He has to do his work, and then Yetz Hashem, with God's help, as the Chazal, the rabbis say, that person goes, tries to tie himself, Hashem, Yetz Hashem will help him out. Shalom.